Imagine two children growing up in the same neighborhood. They go to the same school, they have the same teachers, they pretty much live the same life. Years later, one of them becomes financially free. He can travel, invest, help his family, and no longer worry about money. The other, however, still works hard, but still struggles to pay his bills at the end of the month. So the question arises, why do some people become rich, while the majority remain poor all their lives? The answer isn't just about salary, it's not just luck, and it's not even just hard work. The truth is much deeper. The majority of people remain poor because of invisible habits and mindsets that control their financial decisions every day. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 powerful reasons why most people never manage to build real wealth. And some of them might even surprise you. Since we were children, we've been taught a very simple rule. Work hard, find a good job, and everything will be fine. But if this formula really worked, the majority of workers would be rich. Yet, that's not the reality. Millions of people work hard every day. They wake up early, they work overtime, they put a lot of energy into their work. And despite that, their financial situation changes very little. Why? Because the problem isn't just about work. The problem lies in how we understand and use money. Most people have never learned the rules of the financial game. And when you don't know the rules of a game, it becomes almost impossible to win. Let's now look at the 7 main reasons. David had just gotten his first promotion. His salary had increased. For the first time, he felt like he was truly succeeding in life. A few weeks later, he bought a much more expensive car, then a latest model phone, then designer clothes. He wanted to show that he had succeeded, but after a few months, something strange happened. Despite his new salary, David still struggled to save. Why? Because he had fallen into one of the most common financial traps. Spending to impress others. Many people want to appear rich, but people who actually become rich think differently. They use their money to buy assets, things that produce more money, investments, businesses, financial assets. While some people spend for image, others build their financial future. The difference between the two can change a whole life. Imagine 2 friends, Lucas and Karim. Both earn roughly the same salary. Lucas spends almost everything he earns. Karim, on the other hand, decides to invest a small portion of his money each month. Not a huge sum, just a small, regular portion. At first, the difference is almost invisible. But over the years, something incredible happens. Karim's money starts to grow, not just thanks to his efforts, but thanks to the effect of growth and compound interest. Many people never invest because they think you have to be rich to start. But the reality is often the opposite. You become rich because you start investing early. This is an idea often explained in books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and yet millions of people discover it far too late. Many people think that wealth depends solely on salary, but that's not always the case. Some people earn a lot of money, and yet remain constantly in debt. Others earn more modest incomes, but slowly build true financial security. The difference? Money management. Wealth doesn't just depend on what you earn, it depends on what you do with what you earn. A person who earns a lot but spends everything will always remain dependent on their job. A person who invests regularly can build their financial freedom over time. In school, we learn many useful things: mathematics, literature, history, but very few schools actually teach how to manage money, how to invest, or how to build passive income. The result? Many people enter adult life without understanding the basics of finance. Some discover these concepts later through books like The Psychology of Money or La Psychologie de l'Argent. This book explains a very simple but very powerful idea. The way we think about money strongly influences our financial results. Without financial education, it's very easy to repeat the same mistakes for years. Your environment greatly influences your decisions. If the people around you think becoming rich is impossible, you risk thinking the same thing. Imagine a group of friends who spend without counting. You could easily follow suit without realizing it. But according to experts, surrounding yourself with people who talk about investment and projects can transform your vision. When you discuss opportunities, your mind changes. Your view on money also evolves. Your environment can therefore be a brake or an accelerator. Enfin, l'une des plus grandes différences entre les personnes riches et les autres est la manière de penser le temps. Beaucoup de personnes prennent des décisions basées uniquement sur le présent. Elles veulent des résultats immédiats, mais la richesse se construit souvent lentement. Elle se construit avec de la patience, de la discipline et des décisions intelligentes répétées pendant des années. Les personnes financièrement libres pensent souvent en décennies. Elles plantent aujourd'hui les graines qui porteront leurs fruits demain. Moment de réflexion. Prends un instant pour réfléchir. Parmi ces habitudes, combien as-tu déjà observé dans ta propre vie? Peut-être chez toi, peut-être chez des amis, peut-être dans la société en général. La vérité est que la plupart d'entre nous n'avons jamais reçu une véritable éducation financière. Mais la bonne nouvelle est que ces habitudes peuvent être changées. Chaque nouvelle connaissance peut transformer ta manière de voir l'argent. Chaque nouvelle décision peut améliorer ton futur. Most people won't stay poor because they lack intelligence. They will remain poor because they repeat financial habits that limit their progress. But these habits are not inevitable. Imagine someone who decides to change, who questions themselves and seeks to evolve. They can be replaced by new habits, learning about money, investing regularly, thinking long-term, and most importantly, developing a growth mindset. According to many experts, wealth rarely starts with a big stroke of luck. It often begins with a simple decision, deciding to understand money. If you want to learn to better understand money, discover how to invest intelligently, and develop your financial intelligence. Subscribe to the Bien Investir channel. Every week we share simple yet powerful ideas to help you build a stronger financial future. And remember, the decisions you make today can transform your life tomorrow. Subscribe to Bien Investir and activate the notification bell so you don't miss anything.